Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds like a very oddly specific scenario, but let me just say this is all completely hypothetical and it's totally not based off of things that have happened in real life. So let's answer the age-old mythical question. Should you revolt against your marching band director? Well, let's talk about it. Let's say you're hypothetically the section head of your drumline, so you're kind of a big deal. Now, you're so good that you also march indoor drumline for an independent corps on the weekends, and maybe you had a playoff game that conflicted with one of your auditions, so you asked your band director if you can miss the playoff game to attend this audition. Okay. So you skip the playoff football game with your director's approval and ends up making the indoor drumline after auditioning, but you learn to find out later that quarter that your GPA went down for missing that playoff game. Well, this is alright because we already had an A+ in band, so dropping down to an A- never really hurt anyone. I mean, we can kiss our hopes and dreams of going to Harvard goodbye, but hey, you live and you learn, am I right? It's all good. No worries. No worries at all. This is fine. Everything is fine. Now, let's say this hypothetical person auditioned for the high school honors band and got... Keep in mind this person is section head, is the only student in the high school to march indoor percussion, perfected the honors band audition, and has been in honors band for the past 2 years. Well, you know, maybe it was a mistake, so you go ahead and ask the band director to see what happens. You did great at auditions, but you didn't go to the playoff game, so I took you out of honors band. Yeah, so if this happens, you should definitely revolt against your marching band director. This guy is clearly a goon, and he deserves some suffering. So here's what you're gonna want to do. To start off, put your indoor marching skills to the test and overhype the shit out of that snare part. I'm talking passes, tendus, the lawnmower, some headbanging, all of it. Now naturally, this is going to confuse your band director. At this point, he's probably going to cut off the band mid-song and ask, Daniel? I mean, a person that isn't Daniel? What are you doing? Now, of course, it's important to let the director know that you need to dance in order to keep the beats. If you don't dance, you're going to get off tempo. It is what it is. So the director is probably going to say something like, quit it. Or, don't do that again. And orders are orders, so now you'll need to stop dancing, as the director should understand that he is sacrificing your tempo to exclude your sick dance moves from rehearsal. Make sure to play extra loud to compensate for the lack of dancing. Now at this point, the director is probably going to kick you off of that song, because due to his mistake of taking away your dancing, he removed the heartbeat of the band, the tempo of the music, the drive of the soul of the of the song that you're doing, this is all an essential part to any piece of music. Now, this is good though, because it's going to give you extra time to prepare for your main piece, which of course is that one song that has a cowbell in it and requests your services of playing quarter notes. Now, the key here is that during the final performance, when all of the friends and family are out watching in the theater or wherever it is you're at, this is your opportunity to play the loudest cowbell notes you've ever played, and to make sure you're dancing as much as possible, because if you don't, you're going to get off tempo. Now, make sure as you're slamming the beats of the cowbell gods into the heart of this music, that you're staring into the soul of your band director the whole time, because deep down he knows he can't do shit for the next 3 minutes and 17 seconds left in this song, and that you've made his last year at high school one he's going to remember the rest of his life. But this is all hypothetical, of course.